Ladies and gentlemen, it's my fucking birthday. That's right, folks. 30 years ago today, July 19th, 1993, yours truly was relinquished upon this world, much to everyone's chagrin. And despite my parents' best efforts, there was a diaphragm, there was a condom, there was a BC pill, there was an abortion that didn't quite take. They only got my pinky toe, and they didn't realize how developed I already was. And I came out of there guns a-blazing. Hello, world! It's me, William! Bang! At least that's what Google would tell you. I was born in June.
Is that actually what Google says?
Yes.
That's fun. I wonder where they got that from.
I have no idea. I truly have no idea at all.
I love that.
Yeah,
it was probably something you said as a lie in an interview in 2013.
It's quite possible. It's quite possible.
We're both so tired.
It's been a long day.
It's almost 11 o'clock at night, and we've been just like moving furniture around all day.
Yeah, and sweating more than like
it's so hot. We just moved into my I just moved into my new apartment, and Will is being a very sweet boy and helping me fucking get it organized, and we don't have air conditioning in there yet. And I'm
planning on holding it over him for years.
It's gonna be. He took me to Target and he bought me some stuff. It was very nice of him.
Years, folks.
Yeah. Well, no, I bought you some fucking C+ Chinese food, so I think we're even.
C-.
I took Will to the hibachi Chinese buffet.
Oh, it was so good.
It was actually pretty. I'm not at all complaining about it.
Yeah, no, it was like. It was a really great experience that, I regretted immediately afterward.
Right, yeah. No, you were nauseous right away.
A hibachi... honestly, those hibachi buffets are a lot like watching weird porn.
Yeah.
It's really grabbing you while you're there.
Well, in the moment, fantastic.
You're just like clicking around, you're like trying things. Just
right,
like,
exactly.
Oh, cheesy spinach. Oh.
Cheesy spinach was such an insane choice.
I'm a little kinky sometimes. Oh, you were talking about the cheesy spinach.
Right.
I thought you were talking about the cheesy spinach porn.
Cheesy spinach is the foot porn of the Chinese buffet. And then it was insane. You got the cheesy spinach, and I saw you eating it, and it was insane that you got it. And then you were like, "No, I've had this at other places," which I don't believe. I think you're a fucking liar.
I've had it at other hibachi buffets, and it's usually better than it was. Because it's covered in cheese.
God, it looked like the same cheese that they were using for like the fucking microwave pizza.
I'm sure it was.
You had a piece of that pizza next to the cheesy fucking spinach, and it looked like the cheese was running off the pizza onto the spinach. It looked exactly the same.
I imagine they pull it barehanded out
out
of the same vat. But either way, don't shame me.
Okay,
I like what I like.
Right,
this is what gets me going. And much like, perusing a buffet of strange pornography, as soon as you're done, you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, oh, I don't feel good about myself.
Yeah, I've never felt more 30 than I did on my second plate at that buffet.
Yeah.
Because there was a time. Oh God, there was a time.
Yeah.
When I could have stayed at that fucking place for hours.
Yeah.
Just plate after plate, just filling and then I had a plate full of lo mein and beef and broccoli and an egg roll. And then I went back and they had like mashed potatoes and this like weird ground beef kind of pseudo beef Wellington deal.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that looks disgusting. I got to try it. And I had like half of that and then I was just done.
Yeah.
Like there was no more room left in me and it was so disappointing.
It's weird. It's like I feel like there was a time where, I could put away so much fucking food. Yeah. You would watch me do it and be like, where is it going?
It's been one of the weirdest aspects of our friendship. is that like I'm the fat one, but you eat so much more than I do.
Only when you're around,
Only
though.
when I'm around is the thing.
And
Right,
that's because you're the fat one.
Right,
honestly.
exactly.
I'm just saying,
Because you feel comfortable.
Right.
It's like,
I'm
I'm
just like,
not
I can
going
let
to judge
go.
you. Right, exactly.
Yeah, this guy
I'm
likes
not
to
going to
eat.
give you weird looks.
Right,
It's going to be
exactly.
like, you're right. I wish I could be doing what you're doing.
Skinny friends of mine, I got to be pretty. You know? I need to be a little bit on the daintier side.
Right.
But you're a guy who likes food.
Yeah.
You know? And that way you get to know how much I secretly like food.
Right.
But it's a secret because I'm weird and ashamed of very normal things.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I used to like I you know what? I'm not going to share actually. I'm not going to share how much I'm capable of eating.
Because I do know some of the details and like
and
I don't know if you do want to share all of it.
No, it's because it's frankly dark.
Yeah.
How much I'm able to eat. You know? And the people at the table next to us at the hibachi buffet were terrified.
Yeah.
No, that's not the case. Today, I did not eat like that because I can't eat that way anymore.
But they used to fucking fear you.
That's
those fucking people. You would walk into there and you would leave with nothing but fucking respect on the faces of everyone around you.
I would kick in those doors and people would immediately battle stations. So
Right,
shit,
exactly.
Will's here.
He's back.
Take me to your cheese spinach. Fuck! What's happening with the cord
cheesy
here?
spinach?
Is there that crackling again?
Yeah, I don't have the headphones on. I don't know.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it this? It's that. What am I doing? That's
something about the connection there. The one of the mics is weird. You people have noticed it. I've seen the comments.
Oh, we'll get on that right away, sir.
No,
Thank
it's
you for
like-
bringing this to our attention.
I don't remember who said it, but like during when we did the, I guess was it last episode? No, it was the episode before last episode. We were like halfway through. We like it was like too hot in here, so we stopped and recorded the rest on our phones.
Yeah.
And I apologized for how bad the phone stuff was. Someone commented about it's like you know, honestly compared to like the random popping in the rest of the episode, you know, not that bad. So like, yeah, fair. You know?
Okay, yeah.
Like
I acted very indignant that there was any sort of commentary on the quality of our, show, but that's
it was a
that's
very
a fair
it was
comment.
a very reasonable thing. Yeah.
No,
like it was
perfectly.
pretty constructive actually.
Yeah, it's not like he like demanded to hear to have that fixed.
Yeah, no, they I apologize for the alternative and they were like, actually the alternative's not that bad.
That's actually great.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I rescind my snark.
Yeah.
And instead I offer a thank you for the kindness.
Snark that they didn't even know until you brought it up, because all it was like a kind of a narrowing of your eyebrows that only I saw. But
oh yeah. Well, I did the whole like, we'll get right on that right away. So.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I just really hate when people treat like things that I create the way like it's retail.
Right, yeah. We were talking about this earlier.
I really can't stand that shit.
I said this earlier, is that like when the fans got all mad about the Sonic the Hedgehog in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie,
Yeah.
they got it switched. That was a thing that was like simultaneously the right decision for that movie and also like the most toxic and destructive thing that has happened in film.
Yeah.
Maybe ever.
Yeah.
Like
it was
like it's such a bad precedent.
Yeah, no, cuz now it's like fucking I'm sorry, I'm not a fucking Burger King.
Yeah.
But I guess the thing is like
I guess Sonic is Burger King.
Yeah.
Like
I think that the
feel like
studio
that's-
that produced Sonic is Burger King.
Right.
So, I guess but like also don't
But that's not how it was
fucking
framed. It wasn't like, Burger King didn't come out there. The director of the film, the
True.
guy who ostensibly like this film is his vision was like, you know
Right.
what, you're right. And they were right. But fucking you coward. You fucking
Stick to your
unbelievable
guns.
coward. I wanted to see your fucking fucked up Sonic movie. I wanted to see fucking crazy, disgusting Sonic.
It really was disgusting.
It was so fucked.
It was so fucked. And, honestly, like, and I understand, like, fucking, like, I don't know. I find the goal that original Sonic design clearly had in mind to be
Right.
very transparent. And it's clear that its goal was to be, what if Sonic was real?
Right. You don't, but
No.
like, but no.
No.
Is the thing is fuck no.
No.
It's like Because the thing is, they tried to make Sonic kind of look like a hedgehog, but instead they made him look more like a human, and it was just this like strange, like dead center in the middle of the uncanny valley.
Well, because like there's no amount of Sonic the Hedgehog that remotely resembles a hedgehog. He is a lot more like a guy.
Yeah.
He stands on two legs and he talks and he eats chili dogs. Like, that's what people do.
Those are all dudes. That's dude stuff.
Yeah, those that's not something hedgehogs do.
No, generally no.
No.
None of them can't do any of that thing.
And so
he has shoes.
Right. Yeah.
He's...
They don't make shoes for hedgehogs.
They don't.
Feet are too small.
I wish they did.
That would be cute.
That would be so great. But unfortunately, we don't live in that beautiful, perfect world.
You know, and that's why it's so important to vote, guys. Get out there, make your voices heard.
Create the world that you want to live in.
You know, instead
of
focusing...
I want a pair of shoes on every hedgehog on the planet.
Yeah,
for the back feet, not the front ones.
Well, the front ones are hands.
Exactly, dude.
You know,
I'm so glad we're on the same page.
I mean, they need gloves.
They need
Sonic wears
white gloves. Oh, right, I forgot. Because they gave him the gloves.
Well, they have to.
In the original Sonic did not have the gloves. But
really?
Not original Sonic. Original movie Sonic.
Right.
Didn't have the gloves.
That's creepier.
Right.
Did he just have like person hands?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Well, so like,
you know, my favorite thing about like about like pre-retcon Sonic was like it was immediate. It was like they didn't even need to show him. Or like the first thing we ever saw of that Sonic was just his legs, and people immediately were like, "Oh no, thank you."
Yeah, because he had fucking calves.
He had fucking thunder thighs. He had runner's legs.
He had calves to die for.
Yeah, but like covered in blue fur.
That's what I said. I was looking at those fucking... I saw that poster. I was straight Myron, dude. Like, I was like, fucking damn, those calves. How do you get that? Fucking leg lifts? Like, what are you doing there? Show me your routine,
insane
Sonic.
Thing to have in like the teaser. It's like, oh, we're gonna just give a little bit of the fucking money, you know? Just like let's show them. Let's give them what they fucking want to see.
They want to see between his legs.
Like, what is the most important part of Sonic? his fucking powerful runner's calves.
We want to see the marathon runner's varicose veins running down the back of his leg.
We need his fucking furry human calves. From this fucking cartoon animal.
That's what the gamers want to see, you know? That's what the gamers want to see. It's what the Gen Xers who grew up on this character want to see. They want to see this guy's fucking beefy ass calves.
Look, we need to make sure that this blue hedgehog from another universe who can run faster than the speed of sound looks fucking believable.
Right. Like, we need to make this character look like a real person
we need to make sure that this like fucking blue hedgehog he's blue.
And only a hedgehog in name.
Yeah.
In no incarnation has Sonic the Hedgehog been a hedgehog. It's been a guy.
That was the other like weird thing about that movie is because they redesigned Sonic, but they didn't redesign his like owl mom in like the flashback part of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like well, I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
I did, but I don't remember it well.
I barely do. It's all vague because it's like it's like it has that 90s movie quality where it just kind of passes through you seamlessly.
Yeah.
But like I remember like they show him as like a kid and his mom is like an owl.
Uh-huh.
But like she's like an owl.
Right.
She's like an actual owl with like normal eyes, you know?
Like owl eyes?
Well, just like the eyes of an owl and not like Sonic's like weird like eyebrow uni-eye.
I love that though. I just feel like, you know, ultimately the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is not an important or meaningful enough piece of media.
Yeah.
To warrant depriving the world of the train wreck we could have had.
That's exactly how I feel about it.
Because the only difference between that movie being just decent content to consume, and being
the Room,
yes, exactly, being The Room is that decision they made. And frankly, from a media and business perspective, the right move. From an artistic perspective, contributing to culture. A failure.
He's such a failure. I would if that whole movie had original Sonic in it, I would watch it every day.
Yeah.
I would have seen that movie so many times. I would be showing it to people. And I would be insisting to my friends that we sit down and watch it.
Right, we have to go to the midnight showing of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yeah. I would get dressed up. I would I would paint myself fucking blue.
Yeah.
I would be so into it.
And the thing is, like, it would have like totally reframed every moment of that movie.
It would have,
because that movie was vapid and dumb and whatever.
Because nothing fucking happens in that movie.
It's nothing.
And if I could have just seen like a weird furry blue freak doing stuff the whole time,
it would have made every interaction between him and James Marsden fucking hilarious.
It would have been so good. It would have been incredible.
It would have cast a beautiful shadow over everyone else's performances. And
and like in a weird way, like from a purely technical perspective, it would have looked better because they would have had more time. They wouldn't have had to like redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
You would have been able to see every single individual hair on Sonic's body.
I wanted to see the quills as they are meant to be. Like, fuck, man. You know,
this is a waste.
Yeah. And that's why I think it's important that, you know, with the advent of social media giving so many people a voice, I think it's so important for everybody to shut the fuck up.
Right.
You know?
Like that they don't all need to be heard.
Right, exactly. And that's me saying this, the guy on a podcast.
Right. The which has just been nothing but us giving our opinions for the last 20 minutes. It's like some of them, you know?
Yeah, here I am being like, people need to shut the fuck up about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
I might look, if I had to trade this podcast for a pure Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I'd think about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
listen, I enjoy doing this, but like, you know,
not as much as I would enjoy watching that film.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I'd see every sequel. I wish I could, like, whoever the artist was who came up with that Sonic, I so desperately want to see his interpretation of Tails and Knuckles.
Yeah.
All of them.
Wow.
I want to see his fucking interpretation of Amy Rose.
Oh.
the fucking pink girl Sonic. What would that look like? Would it be sexy? Like, and I want to be very clear. Like, you know, not would I be attracted to it, but would the guy who made that be attracted to it?
Right.
You know?
Would they be trying to make you want to fuck it?
Would it have been a fucking incredible insight into the mind of a pervert? You know? Like, would I look at it and be like, oh, that's what he likes? That's like... That would have been incredible, and we'll never know now. It'll just look like the Amy from the games if she ever shows up in those films. I assume they'll make 8 more of them.
They also just gave like fucking some like skinny lithe dude the role of Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
It's
mean,
ridiculous.
Look, I can't complain. Fucking Jim Carrey is... He's what makes that movie watchable.
I love him.
Otherwise, it would be pretty boring.
But
he's
Dr. Robotnik. Not that I give a shit. Why am I acting like I give a shit about like, Sonic the Hedgehog?
The thing is, like, I have to disagree.
Okay.
Because he's like, fucking Jim Carrey is putting his whole fucking dick into that role. It's like, if you compare his performance in that to his like a performance in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, he put more effort into Robotnik. Like and no, does he look like Robotnik? Not at all. But like he embodies that character.
I think, well, just because he's Jim Carrey, like I feel like, I don't know, like he was also the perfect Grinch.
That's
he
true.
was disgusting and horrible to look at as the Grinch, and it was a strange film. But he was the same thing when he was the Grinch.
But they're very similar characters.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
They're a similar vibe, and I think Jim Carrey at peak Jim Carrey is a great is great for Robotnik.
I want everybody to go back and watch the old Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon from the 90s, and I want you to look at Dr. Robotnik's lair and tell me that he doesn't have a statue of himself out front, Sieg Heiling. He is absolutely Heiling Hitler in that statue he's got out front. Just watch the first episode. It's there.
Is he just straight up? Just like...
You could not tell me otherwise. Unless you pulled up a picture right now and just showed that I had made it up in my head, which now I'm scared I did because of how committed this is to my memory. But I'm seeing him doing something like a Roman salute.
Well, that's the thing that pisses me off about the Zig Heil.
Yeah.
Is that it's so natural to do.
Well, yeah, it's just you moving your hand out.
I did this. I remember like a couple weeks ago, I left your apartment and I like waved to you goodbye. And you were like, dude, did you just Zig Heil me? And like, I was like, well, not on purpose. Like, you know, it's just one more thing that the fucking Nazis ruined is just like waving to people in a specific way. And the thing is, like, as a salute, it feels really natural.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like if you're like to be like, yeah, you know, I just did it now and it felt awful. Like,
you're not allowed.
I can't.
Chris, we were
way too German.
And also, you know, we're currently, you know, this is always difficult territory talking about heiling Hitler.
Right.
You can talk about doing it, but you can't say that you just did it.
No.
Even if it was in the context of having a conversation about the action, you can't say you did it. You're in trouble already.
Well, I wasn't heiling Hitler.
Okay.
If anything, I was heiling you.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You know, God, imagine how fucking pissed Hitler would be to hear that. You know, I'm taking it back.
What the fuck? You're heiling that guy?
Fucking rolling in his grave.
Good. Yeah. You're mad. You're mad, right? Well, you can't be that mad because you ordered me a chili dog. Let's welcome everybody to Life in the World to Come. This is a podcast where we answer your questions about how to survive the apocalypse. I'm Will Wood.
I'm Chris Dunn.
And I'm a thirsty boy.
Fucking, yeah. Polish off that Diet Coke, that Diet Pepsi real quick. Nice, dude.
I'm feeling good.
Fucking is reacting strangely with that fucking cheesy spinach.
Oh yeah, no, fucking everything is. I haven't recovered still. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I haven't eaten since then. And I'm not going to eat.
Probably not
until like next week.
I'm probably same for me probably, but mostly because one of the fucking knobs on my stove just like it doesn't ignite, and like my landlady told me about it. And she like did it just to like demonstrate, and within like 3 seconds, like the room smelled dangerously of gas, and like no one said anything about it, but I did notice, and it was a little scary.
That is very scary.
Yeah, like
yeah, don't light a match in that room.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I have no intention of doing so.
Oh, you want to answer some questions?
Let's like get into some questions. Yeah, I think it's about that time.
It's roughly that time.
Yeah, we've been going for like 26 minutes.
That's a long time. That's
yeah, you know, some of it'll get edited
That's
out.
how we do. Yeah, some of it I recommend editing out.
Okay, let's get into some questions. Let's see what we got in the email. All right.
Ad break.
And
ad
we're
break.
back.
Nope. Ad break. And we're back.
3 ad breaks simultaneously, right in a row.
Wait. No. Ad break. And we're back.
Oh, wait, one more. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ad break.
That's going to be 2 ads playing at the same time.
That's awesome.
It's going to be fucking sick, dude. We're not going to get paid for either of them because neither of them will be intelligible.
Right, you're just gonna. We can edit it so that it's like stereo, so you get dick pills in the left ear and then like better help in the right.
Exactly.
What
an incredible
devil and angel
cocktail. Like,
devil on one shoulder, angel on the other.
These are 2 different paths you could take to fix your life.
Get help with where you're going. Get help coming.
If you're going to fucking Pound Town, then it's fucking time for dick pills.
If you're going to Pound Town, then it's time to get help. All right, let's
get into this.
All right.
Okay. All right, this one might be interesting. Dear Chris and Will, me and my friends have recently been discussing what the dominant creature will be in the end times. So I came to ask the source.
Oh. That's a very I'm very flattered to be called the source.
This is interesting because we've talked about a lot of powerful creatures,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of very dominant entities
Yeah.
in the world to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like it's you know, which in the fucking power rankings,
Mm-hmm.
in the fucking hierarchy, who's top dog?
Me.
Yeah, dude.
It's going to be me.
It's going to be Will.
That's right,
Will's going to get
babies.
big into steroids real soon.
I'm going to be fucking dominant. Radiation just makes everything so topsy-turvy.
I'm just...
Ugh.
How do I fucking
ad break?
How do I fucking do this joke without calling Will a little bitch? Like, how do I make the joke that Will is huge and dominant without implying that he is currently a little bitch?
Well, that's the joke I was trying to make.
The dominant creature in the apocalypse is going to be fucking Big Willie.
Sure.
And it might or may not be Will, you know?
Whatever.
We might have just gotten confused.
Yeah.
But I love the idea
it's not me.
of
It's
fucking
not.
Big Willie. Fucking,
yeah, I know
fucking
you do.
Doming around the apocalypse.
Chris loves the idea of Big Willie.
I love Big Willie.
That's it. Chris is divulging some personal things now, too.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is gay.
I love big penises. Our next question,
This
fuck.
fucking
It's
sucks,
like,
we can't publish this,
it's
right?
I'm so tired.
We can't possibly publish this.
Covered in
This
sweat.
This isn't art. This doesn't deserve to be seen by people. How could we possibly listen to the words coming out of our mouths, especially mine, and think to ourselves, yeah, thousands of people should hear this. I want to lay down. I want to lay down on the fucking floor. I'm going to leave. I want to burrow through the fucking ground, man. Oh, fucking Christ, dude.
It's okay. You can just take a second. Just take a quick breather. You know. Here's what I'm thinking.
I need a fucking drink, dude.
This is how you fucking break it. This is how you fucking cash in all your chips.
Cash in my chips. That's really good. We've done that bit too many times too. We've been here before. This is weird, man.
All right. Do you think there's any fucking juice we can milk out of this fucking most dominant creature question, or should we move on?
Oh my god. Fuck. Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna like reset my brain for a sec. Hold on. I'm gonna
Okay.
grab a glass of water.
All right.
And I'm gonna reset my brain, and I'm gonna come back in here with such fucking energy to answer this question. You're gonna be blown straight through that fucking wall.
All right.
You're gonna be afraid of me.
I'm a little nervous.
Holy shit! Who is this guy?
I'm kind of nervous already.
Yeah, you should be.
If I'm being perfectly honest.
It's gonna be violent. Birds with teeth! Pelicans especially! Those big-ass fucking bills! Chomp down on you! Throw them around the inside of your mouth. They're fucking big. You're gonna get stabbed with their teeth, thrown around inside that fucking pouch on the bottoms of their fucking jaws.
Right now,
They're gonna be so scary!
the inside of a pelican's mouth is just a void. It's a pocket.
It's nothing.
Fine. In the future, there's a fucking garbage disposal in there.
That's right. Metal teeth.
Metal teeth grinding and spinning.
grinding. Birds with teeth are going to be the most dominant creatures. Pelicans, shoebill dog birds, or whatever they're called.
Yep.
Eagles are going to be little bitches. Eagles are going to be like, no, I'm the top bit. Fuck you. Kick an eagle.
You can't fit any fucking teeth in that tiny ass bill.
Yeah, and eagles are weak. They're going to be weak compared to even a fucking sparrow with
You
teeth.
fucking idiots thought it was going to be a fucking T-Rex or some shit.
No.
Or like a bear or
No.
something. You think that just because something's covered in fucking big ass muscles, that's mean it's dominant. No.
No.
Fucking teeth and speed.
They can fly, dude.
They're fucking fly. They're swift.
They can fucking fly.
They
That's
just
already fucked up that they can do that now.
It's
That's
kinda-
a
it's
super
fucking
power.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah. And they don't have to either. They can also land and walk. Especially geese. They're going to be full of teeth, too.
You want to know the thing about these motherfuckers? Is they got hollow bones. You know, you can fit in there guns and knives.
Yes! That's what I'm saying! There's going to be an inch of a fucking waterfowl, fucking robins, hummingbirds, all full of teeth.
A hummingbird is
artillery inside their bodies.
A hummingbird is just a drone with a fucking needle attached to it.
Yeah. It's going to stab you to death.
It's going to fucking it can fly right through you.
Just watch out. You go traipsing through a garden in the world to come. What's that sound? It's the wings of a hummingbird. Watch out. It'll stab you to death. I'm sorry. I'm getting so fucking worked up right now.
What's that buzzing in the distance? Look at that cloud. Is that a sandstorm? What is it? Wait, no. It's the beating of a million tiny wings. It's just a swarm of hummingbirds.
A plague of hummingbirds.
Blood does the same stuff as nectar. They just didn't find out until then.
Hummingbirds, pelicans, fucking full of knives and guns and garbage disposal units. Watch out for them. And
it's like
world.
what I'm gonna like start setting a timer when you come in with like crazy energy and just see how long it takes for the rocket to run out of fuel. It's like, how long until the payload is discharged?
I'm like trying to learn that myself. I'm like trying to figure out like how to expend my energy in the right bursts and how to maintain it.
Right.
It's
because what you did just now was incredible. I think we got some great content there, but it was not sustainable. It's like, no, I mean, like, look, if you want to keep going with that, you know, it's like,
here we go. I'm jumping up and down. You can't hear it.
Fuck, that wire is going all over the place.
Birds. Bones full of guns. Mouths full of metal teeth.
Fucking space for them to fit bullets and shit.
Think about how many guns you can fit inside a chicken bone.
Probably at least one.
Probably.
I've never tried, but I'm going to assume like one.
Maybe.
You know?
If it's a big enough chicken.
Right. If it's like a fucking huge ass chicken.
There's going to be big chickens in the world to come. Why wouldn't there be? This is life in the world to come.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm sure you could have assumed that there would be big chickens.
Yeah.
Really big fucking chickens. Bones full of guns. You're going to try and pop that thing in your big old oven. It's barely going to fit.
It's just going to straight up explode.
Immediately.
It's
full of bombs.
Gunpowder in that thing. Evolution is a strange and beautiful process.
It really is.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Well, we do.
Look, if there's an evolutionary niche that can be filled with bones full of guns, it's going to be filled. Because that's just how life works.
So your best bet in surviving either a storm of bloodthirsty hummingbirds, the garbage disposal throat of a fucking whatever that thing's called again, Jiminy,
yeah,
and the fucking the gunpowder chickens. You're gonna want to train them to do what you want them to do.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing is like when all these fucking birds evolved from dinosaurs, the assumption was that like, okay, well, like the fucking meteor hit and they had to do what they could to survive and they got weaker. No. They were just going down the smart path.
Right.
You know?
It's
Speed
like
and teeth. They're still working on the teeth right now, but they're going to get there. It's going to be devastating for us.
It's like what Lao Tzu said.
Yeah.
You know? It's like a great ruler rules from below.
Right.
True power emanates. It doesn't exert itself from atop. No. It comes up from the bottom. It flows like water.
These birds are going to have their fingers in a lot of pies. You know?
Yeah. Birds are going to have fingers.
They're going to have fingers, and every single one of them is going to be in a pie.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. And these birds...
Metaphorical and, in case you were wondering, yes, also literal.
Why
fucking
not
have them?
And you know...
You know what? And you're thinking, how are they going to get pies in the apocalypse? That's how fucking connected these birds are.
They're going to get smart, too.
They have access to things that most people don't, like
That's
pies.
right.
And they're not even eating them. They're just putting their fucking fingers in them
they just like
to
the way
rub it in our
feels.
faces.
Yeah.
They're just
in the
out
world
there.
to come. You think you're just going to be dominated by a guy with a gun? No, you're going to be dominated by a bird twirling its fingers in some cherry pie and giving you a knowing look.
You want this?
You want this pie?
Oh, does this look yummy? Have you been eating garbage for 10 years? Oh, no. Oh, I ruined it. Oh, I got my nasty bird spit in this delicious pie.
You can still have some if you
You want to eat my nasty bird spit, you little bitch?
You probably don't. I can get you a worm.
And that's the thing, is that this bird could kill you in an instant with its devastating speed and its razor sharp teeth. But it's not going to do that. It's going to ruin your life politically. It's going to you're going to get falsely canceled by this bird. This bird's going to make up all kinds of fucking destructive rumors that that fucking destroy your character.
Oh, this is
Power
great.
comes
Yeah.
in many forms. It's
Yes,
not all about.
exactly.
It's not just the fist.
It's
you know?
not just even about the teeth.
Right.
Although watch out for teeth too, because
Watch 'em out.
they're also scary. But
That's the thing.
You know, that can also come in cunning, in the ability to dominate someone psychologically.
Exactly.
To subjugate them using nothing but their wit and charisma. And these are going to be some very charismatic and witty birds. They're all going to be doctors. We've been here. We've done bird doctors.
I think they're all psychologists.
Therapists,
Well, that's why, you know, because they know all our secrets. We've been telling them that for years.
Wow, we did a canon.
I was literally about to say.
Wow, we
snuck
man.
a little bit of canon in there.
It's wow.
Remember, like a million years ago, when we said that all therapists were birds? I'm assuming as part of some kind of larger joke.
I don't know.
We remembered. I think. Look, it's not about whether it's canon or not canon. It's about whether or not we're not trying, you know?
Right. We have to make sure to not try.
And we got to this point by like just truly just doing literally the first thing that came out of our mouths. And that's the essence of the podcast.
It's like Lao Tzu said.
Exactly.
It's the principle of Wu Wei.
Okay.
Doing by not doing.
I can't.
Nearly impossible to not try.
Right.
To try not to try. But if you can master that balance, that is the Tao.
Okay. And I want to remind you that comedy comes in threes. So you're going to have to pull out at least one more Lao Tzu quote before this episode is over.
These have not been quotes. They've been paraphrasings of ideas I got from a book I read in college. So I'll try and come up with something. You want to answer another question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we saved that one.
Maybe. No, I don't think so. I don't think it could have been saved, but you know, whatever.
Well, look, if we cut out the part that needed saving, they might not even know what you're talking about.
Ad break.
Ad break. Okay, this one's about. We've talked about music enough.
Someday we're actually going to have ads on this, and the ad break bit is going to stop being funny because it's just going to be ad breaks,
and it's going to be annoying because they're in the middle of. They're in the worst possible spots.
I'm just going to fucking keep dropping ad breaks in random places throughout this show. I'm going to decide when the ads play.
Yeah. And one day when we finally do, I'm going to go back through all the old episodes and actually put them in. Just so you have to fucking eat your vegetables, you know? You fucking put all this food on the plate and it's going to be clean before you leave the table.
And it's not until you get to this episode that you understand that my use that our ad breaks are not just us being shitty podcasters, but me being a shitty guy.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, this is interesting.
Okay. Ad break. Wouldn't it be so funny if we actually just played an ad every time? That would be so good.
I'm gonna go back and I'm like the old episodes in maybe a few months. Some of the old episodes are gonna be fucking unlistenable. It's like, dear Chris and Will,
hello.
My therapist recently became certified in hypnotherapy. Would hypnosis be a good tool to learn for survival in the world to come? Would it be better to hypnotize myself or others?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm sorry for laughing in the middle of it. It's because as you were saying certified, my brain really started hearing circumcised. And then I laughed at myself for for thinking that. So hold on, I need a second to reconfigure my brain and answer the question. I thought you were laughing
at the idea of a certified hypnotherapist.
Well, that's also pretty funny.
Like if I found out that my therapist had recently been certified in hypnotherapy, I would be so bummed out.
I would probably get a new therapist.
I would probably get a new therapist.
Yeah, because I don't want to be bewitched.
Exactly. I don't want them trying. I don't want this fucking bird. He's fucking indoctrinating me.
I can't. I'm terrified of the thought. My therapist hypnotizing me. Who knows what sort of terrible things might happen? You know,
right?
She could make me like I don't know, dance like a chicken or something.
Right? Yeah.
You know, that's scary.
Be pretty scary.
It's very scary.
I think if you're gonna hypnotize yourself, I think the idea of hypnotizing yourself really has legs.
I think so too. The only problem with that though is that when you hypnotize yourself, you're gonna fall asleep.
Right.
You need somebody to snap their fingers for you because you can't snap your fingers and wake yourself up from your trance if you're asleep.
Well, I don't know. You know, what's probably better than living in a big hole and getting sunburn all the time is sleeping forever.
That's so true.
You know?
Hey, that's a really good point. Hypnotize yourself and basically just be dead.
Right. You know, it's like it's gonna be
coming back to it.
It's gonna be so hard to sleep at night, just like constantly listening to the anguished screams of your dead father.
The dead father again.
It's just like that's at a certain point, like if I'm gonna say anguished screams, I've set a precedent at this point.
Right.
You know, it has to be dead. If I didn't say dead father, it would be weird.
No, well,
So,
I mean, why not spread it around a little bit? What about your dead mom, dead uncle, dead brother?
It could be
dead son.
Look,
dead
you're gonna be hearing all
chiropractor.
kinds of anguished wails from all kinds of dead people.
That's true.
And so, just like if you could just snap your fingers and fall asleep forever, you need that. That's useful. Hello, Chris and Will.
Hello.
We are writing a book, and I'm not sure I'll be able to publish it before the apocalypse hits. How will we get books published in the world to come? I think it's going to be the same way that a lot of media gets put out there in the world to come, which is that you just get like a huge dude with like an abnormally large set of lungs and chest cavity. And have him stand across and a enormous head.
So his mouth can be really, really
right,
big.
Exactly. A mouth the size of a car door.
You want a mouth big enough that like you can climb in and out of.
Right, exactly. And this guy is going to stand on the highest peak of the tallest mountain and just bellow your published works out into the wider universe.
Exactly. What you're going to do is you're going to climb into his great big mouth and you're going to shove your book down into his lungs so he can yell it.
Right, exactly.
Because otherwise he won't know it.
The book will dissolve like some kind of capsule pill.
Or like acid. Man.
Right, acid.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're not going to be so much writing as you're going to be formulating an incredibly specific variant of acid.
Right.
That gives this fucking huge, big-mouthed guy the exact vision that you intend for him to have.
Yeah.
And he's just going to be like spouting stream of consciousness, but it's all going to be stuff you planned.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So really just get really good with chemistry now. Start working on that.
Exactly. Abandon literature. Get good at fucking mixing shit together.
Right. In that way, you'll be able to design a drug that dissolves in a big guy's lungs so that he can then have a killer trip that is of your novel.
Right.
So like, it's going to be a difficult thing to do, but once you've mastered it, it'll become widespread very quickly. You just got to trademark that shit before other people come along and try to take it. Right. And if you can, then nobody else will be allowed to do it, and you'll be the only novelist in the world. But you got to start working on that formula now.
You got to get on there quick.
Yeah. And
there's not going to be any kind of copyright stuff, but people are going to be very into, it's going to be like kind of like an honor thing.
Right.
No one, once books have been done, no one's going to be wanting to do books anymore.
Right. Exactly. Copyright won't be around. But trademark will be around. It won't be legally enforceable. Nobody will be able to sue each other over it. But if people find out that you violated somebody else's trademark, your name will be besmirched in a way where you won't even be able to wander the desert without somebody shooting you down. You know, there's a great deal of shame in trademark infringement in the world to come. No legal consequences, no, because there won't be a king anymore.
No, but people will know you're a fucking poser.
Right.
And that's a fate worse than death.
Yeah. And sometimes it does result in death.
That's true.
Because if somebody's got like a lot of pride in their work and they find out you stole it, you know, they might hunt you down and kill you.
That's true.
It's risky business. So, you know, stay original. Invent a new art form that is forcing a strange man to have a drug experience so overwhelming that he can't help but scream it from his giant mouth into the air.
And you know, it's not, you're not gonna have to worry too much about people stealing your work because there's only the one guy.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
Like the one guy with the mouth the size of a car door and a lung cavity the size of like, I don't know, like a small house.
Yeah,
just like something, you know. There's only so many guys who can talk that loud.
Yeah.
So even if you can design that acid that will give him that incredibly specific trip, no one's going to know about it because it's not being bellowed from the top of the highest peak of the tallest mountain.
That's true. You know, everybody's going to be asking each other like, "Hey, did you hear the new book?" And people are going to be like, you know,
what? No,
no.
I stood outside and listened as hard as I could. But I didn't hear anything.
I listened to Book.
Right.
That's his name. His name's Book.
His book. Yeah.
That's just gonna be. That's just gonna be.
I love him immediately. He was so vague in my head, like he was just kind of another guy. But now that he has a name and that name is Book, oh wow, he's great. I love Book.
His mouth is the size of a car door. It's constantly agape, except for when he's screaming a narrative into the heavens. His eyes are on the sides of his head.
Right.
His chest cavity is large enough to fit an entire man so that you can spelunk around in his lungs and put books in it.
He spends all of his time tripping balls and bellowing fine literature because that's his fucking job.
Right.
It's what he does, okay? He's a fucking professional.
Yeah. He's a consummate professional and he cares about what he does. He's a passionate man. But you have to kidnap him.
Right.
If you want to use his enormous lung power.
Yeah.
Because you won't be able to pay him enough to do this.
Yeah.
This becomes his whole life. You have to force him to do this.
So if you want to get into publishing in the world to come, find Book. Seek out Book and acquire him. Bind Book to your service.
Strap him to your back and carry him up the side of the tallest mountain. Nail him to the mountain face and give him drugs.
Like fucking Prometheus.
I don't know what that means.
Strapped to a mountain to be pecked apart by crows for his defiance to Zeus.
And then you will bring him brides so that he may procreate so that you can publish more books.
Right.
It'll be called publishing.
And that's going to be
birth.
the easiest part because he's so fucking hot.
Oh, yeah.
He's so fucking... People are gonna look at him and be like, "What that mouth do?" You know what I mean? They're gonna be probably a lot. It's really big.
Yeah, no. What I described sounds like it's very dark, but honestly, what I really am saying is you're going to introduce women to him, and they're going to say, "Oh, I would love that."
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, it sounded a lot darker than it. No, it's.
Well, they're all gonna marry him.
Yeah,
they're all gonna be fine, but they're gonna be lining up to do it.
He will have.
There're gonna be tons of volunteers,
hundreds of wives. Giving birth to new books.
Yeah.
And they'll all be named Book because they're all they're the same.
That's because that's what they are, and that's what they do.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Book is a very funny name for a guy.
Me Book. That makes it even funnier because, like, yeah, he Book himself is not particularly well spoken, but you get a couple fucking milligrams of pure acid in him, and it's just it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
In my younger and more vulnerable years,
I was about to make that joke.
It's just
call me Ishmael.
Oh.
And it's going to be the fucking apocalypse, so no one knows that you didn't write those books.
Well, and you better hope that nobody finds out, because trademark killings, they happen.
It's going to be, you thought you would have to write a whole book, and all you have to do is design special LSD that makes people recite Moby Dick. That's way easier than writing the great American novel.
All you got to do is load someone up with a special form of acid of your own design, and then shove a copy of The Catcher in the Rye down its trachea.
Yeah.
And there you go. You'll be.
Hey, hot take.
Yeah.
I don't think Catcher in the Rye would be very popular in the apocalypse.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I think people would look at it. Yeah, no, they would be like, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
They'd be like, this guy doesn't seem like he could fucking kill anybody. Moby Dick is great because big whales.
That's very relatable.
Everyone knows what those are all about.
Everybody, has a big white whale that they're scared of.
Exactly. Everyone in the apocalypse is going to have an enormous white whale that they both scare and that they fear and respect and hate.
Yes.
And have dedicated their lives to the destruction of.
I would recommend that everybody who's listening to this right now go out and buy a harpoon gun now.
Right.
You're going to need it because you will be cursed by a whale.
It might be a whale, and it might be a metaphor. It could be a whale.
Probably
it could
not.
Be the
though.
guy.
It'll probably
it could
be a
the
whale.
guy who threw you into the hole that you live in.
Yeah, but that guy might have been a whale.
Is a whale. Yeah. Probably an enormous white whale.
It's quite possible. In fact, it's almost a certainty. Whales are going to be a big problem in the world to come.
Yeah.
They're going to be one of the more dominant species other than birds. But they're going to be marrying birds. And they're going to be in terrifying partnerships.
Right. Well, because they're so well connected,
Yeah.
They're trying to climb the fucking social hierarchy. They're going to be like the second most dangerous creatures in the apocalypse.
Other than birds. And the problem is that now that they can walk on land, every time a bird and a whale fall in love, they'll finally be able to realize that relationship and work together to subjugate you.
Right, exactly. Imagine the fucking swiftness and cunning with a bird combined with the fucking brute strength of a whale.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
You're gonna be walking through the wastes just trying to find one morsel of food, one drop of water to stave off the dehydration that is threatening you and the heat stroke that you can feel pounding underneath the flesh that's still left on your skull, and you're going to look across off into the horizon and see a cloud of hummingbirds carrying a great white whale toward you. Yeah. You're screwed.
You're fucking walking through the desert. The fucking heat of the sun is on your back. You can feel your skin blistering.
Yes.
You're so dehydrated. The fucking sun is killing you. And then the shade. Oh, I haven't felt shade in weeks. This is amazing. Oh, it's so nice. But the shade's getting bigger. Oh, it's getting bigger so fast. What's that whistling noise? And that's the last thing you ever think.
Before a 20-ton blue whale is dropped on you from 800 feet in the air. By a pack of grinning seagulls with sharp razor-like teeth.
And that's if you're lucky. If you're not lucky, it'll fall on your fucking wife and children, and then you'll have to spend the rest of your life trying to kill that whale to regain your fucking get for honor.
And you're gonna have trouble doing that because once whales can walk on land, they get really strong legs really fast. It's gonna run away really quick. It'll get away from you.
Yeah. Or get carried away by birds.
I forgot about that.
You can fucking just fly right away.
Yeah, basically they're going to become one, whales and birds.
It's going to be yeah.
And eventually they will start mating,
right,
and having whale bird children. Imagine a whale with enormous wings and the speed and precision of a peregrine falcon.
Yeah.
What was the question? Books.
That's why Moby Dick is going to be so relatable.
Right. That's why. Yeah.
It's because you're going to hear the story of a guy who fucking hates a whale, and you're like, I fucking hate whales.
Oh, you know what? Wow, this book really speaks to me. Book is really speaking to me right now.
Yeah, book is really speaking to me. Book very loudly. There's blood coming out of my eardrums. Like, it's speaking to me so loudly that the ground is shaking.
I love Book.
This book rules, dude.
Book speaks to me so deeply.
I cannot wait to see Book fan art. It's gonna be great.
I really hope we see some. I really loved the Birthday King fan art so much.
You guys really came through on the Birthday King fan art. I would really love to keep this pattern up.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
All right, you want to do another question?
Yeah, I do.
I think we did a good job with that one.
My mouth is so dry. Chris?
Yes.
I think Helen and I are going to get a divorce.
Oh no. Oh no, what about the kids?
I think
What about little Jim Bob and Sally Sue?
they've been dead for years, Chris. It's really fucked up that you forgot about that.
Talk to you more, yeah. I should probably ask you about your life more.
Maybe it would be good for us to try and become friends.
Was it like sad?
No, it was all right.
Okay, good.
It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they seemed like shitty kids.
I mean, they were all right. It's just watching them die was pretty dope.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
they just died really cool ways.
You know, just to like
one of them jumped the Grand Canyon and crashed.
Just like jumped into the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, the other one exploded.
Yeah,
from eating a Thin Mint.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty funny and kind of cool. But it still feels insensitive that you didn't even know that happened. One of them
ate a Thin Mint and exploded, and the explosion sent the other rocketing into the Grand Canyon. It was beautiful.
But yeah, I don't think Helen took it as well as I did, and I don't think the marriage is gonna last.
Well, that seems a little dramatic.
That's what I said.
Yeah. No, look, I'm on your side.
I figured you would be.
Yeah.
But you know, I just. It just hurts to know that, you know, I don't know. You know, you start seeing somebody and you start making all these promises. You know, I'll never leave you.
Hey guys, will bus drivers stop being in a bad mood all the time?
Oh, you think that they're gonna chill out, dude? Please, because they're gonna still be driving buses.
They're gonna still be driving buses,
and it's gonna be really unpleasant in the world to come.
And they're gonna have no obligation to let you in those buses.
Yeah,
you know. If you think these bus drivers got a bad attitude now, imagine when they actually have something that you need to hold over you.
Yeah.
You know, imagine a rude bus driver who has no interest in your fucking money.
Yeah.
You know?
Who only wants what he wants, and he's going to get it however he needs it, including running people over, grabbing people, throwing them into the bus, and just knocking them around by driving erratically. Because they're sick fucks like that. Not yet, but they will be.
Exactly. They're going to be like, what can you fucking do for me?
Right.
You know?
Please, stop. I need to get on the bus. Oh, yeah?
How badly?
How badly you want to get on this bus?
How fucking badly? Get on your fucking knees and bark like a dog. Then maybe we'll talk about it. You know? Let me see you bark, you fucking dog.
I have a thing for watching people bark like dogs.
Yeah.
It's not a sexual thing.
No, it's about power.
It's an emotional thing.
Yeah.
It reminds me of my childhood.
Right, exactly.
Back when I was still a dog. Plot twist. All bus drivers in the world to come will be dogs who turned into people after because puberty was weird after the radiation.
Right. Yeah.
They grew. They're little kids, little human kids, and then all of a sudden they start getting hair in funny places, including their faces. The fuck?
God, I wish you could see Will's face as he figured that one out. It looked like you were having a real vision. It looked like you were staring into a crystal ball and were genuinely confused by what you saw.
It's like really is what happened.
It's rare that we have visions and we're like, what? Like, why though? Like,
a lot of times we're in our cerebro chairs, as Chris calls them, gazing into our crystal balls or meditating on the various potentialities of our current timeline, and most of the time we will walk away from one of those sessions, our minds swimming with horrors revelations and thoughts about what we could possibly do to prevent this horrible future, or how we could possibly exist once it is upon us. And once in a blue moon, you know, I'll be laying there with my eyes closed watching something happen, and I'll just be like, wait, what? What?
Yeah, you're just like sinking into the K-hole like, well, that one was a little silly.
That was that. Hey, what
like,
what the fuck?
Why? But they're all bus drivers? Is it just like like they turn into dogs, but they're also, is it like a coincidence that they all drive buses, or is it connected? It's impossible to say.
Well, no, I actually did figure that one out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's because dogs really like buses.
That's true. They love chasing them, and they're finally gonna get what they've always wanted.
Yep. Mailmen will all be dogs too.
They're all gonna be fucking anything that if there's a car, there's a fucking dog in it.
Yeah.
And try to tell them they can't.
Human beings aren't allowed to drive cars in the world to come.
Yeah.
They don't give licenses to anybody other than dogs who were born human and became dogs.
It's very interesting. That's the thing, because the thing, and you wouldn't know it because they can't speak English, but all dogs, in addition to like really liking to chase buses and stuff, they all really want to work at the DMV.
Yeah.
And so everyone at the DMV is going to be a fucking dog. And you're not going to be able to get a driver's license.
I wish that when I went to the DMV, everyone there was a dog.
It would make it better. I bet it would run better and smoother.
You know, I think it would too.
I think because they're just there, and they're just trying to do a good job.
Chris?
Yes.
I think Helen might press charges.
I mean, on fucking, for what? Like,
because I gave Sally the Thin Mint.
Oh.
I gave her the Thin Mint.
You couldn't have possibly known.
I didn't know.
You couldn't have possibly known how much C4 was crammed into that Thin Mint.
I didn't know it was full of weaponry.
You couldn't have known. You know,
I think Helen's going to press charges, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. I don't think I can handle that.
If Helen is going to press charges against anyone, it should be the Girl Scouts of America.
That's true. You're right.
You know, they got to disclose what they put in those fucking Thin Mints. You know,
that's true.
They shouldn't be selling something with that much C4 in it to the general public.
Hey, you know, listeners, if Girl Scouts come to your door and try and sell you cookies, beat the shit out of them.
You fucking demand they hold themselves accountable for their actions.
Stab them.
You know?
Stab them.
You see, fucking 8-year-old girl in a little beret comes to your house and offers you cookies. You scream at her for justice for Sally Sue.
I would just think, just the little berets are so cute, and they're just like, I imagine screaming at that, and it breaks my heart.
She was like, "Do you want some cookies? You killed my fucking daughter!"
What are in those fucking cookies? I like to picture her standing her ground.
Yeah, good for her.
She's not running away screaming. She's looking me in the eyes. She's fucking telling me, your daughter got what was fucking coming to her.
You bought the fucking cookies, motherfucker.
You signed the waiver.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not want these Thin Mints? I'm gonna fart into the mic really quick.
Don't do it. Chris, you're in my house. You know, I might use that microphone next. You know, we don't keep track of who's using the microphones when. You know, I might be speaking into fart juice next time we do an episode. I don't want to do that. I don't. Chris.
Hey, Chris and Will, what's going to become of technology? Will we have no tech at all, or will we find a way to adapt somehow?
That's a stupid fucking question. Next.
The fuck do you want, Will?
What do I want?
What do you want?
I want my children back.
You're gonna get fucking Thin Mints are gonna be full of C4. Cookies are gonna have fucking bombs in them.
That's
technology, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like this wasn't clear. When I've been talking about Helen, I'm not married to Helen yet.
You're worried that this is all going to happen.
This is a vision I've had.
You've never met Helen yet.
No, I don't know anybody named Helen.
God, Matt, what a hell.
Yeah.
Just like being able to like foresee an entire relationship before it happens. And know that it ends and how it ends and why. And why it ends is because your daughter eats a Thin Mint and it explodes. And it explodes and sends your son into the Grand Canyon. Cookies are gonna have fucking bombs in them.
Yeah, that's
Most
true.
technology is just gonna be bombs inside of things that didn't originally have bombs inside of them.
That's true.
You know,
Like your head. It's
Yeah.
gonna be full of bombs. Chris's head is gonna be full of bombs.
sure.
And it's gonna be a real problem trying to get him out before his head explodes. And it's not gonna work. Chris is gonna die of head bombs. He's got a bad case of head bombs.
Thanks
It's a
everybody
disease
for
that
listening to Life in the World.
people are gonna contract a bad case of head bombs.
Our intro and outro.
And it's a
music
disease.
is-
It's contagious.
We are the Hellhounds.
You
By
get
the
around somebody with head
taxpayers.
bombs and you catch a case of head bombs.
If you'd like
bombs
to
start
get
growing
our
inside your
merch, you
head.
can find that at
And at any time they could go off.
.bigcartel.com.
Beware the head bombs.
And,
Carry some
you
penicillin
can-
with
if
you at all
you'd like to
times.
support us, you can support do so on
Some
patreon.com/lifeintheworldtocome.
Any kind of
charismatic edition of podcast.
Tylenol,
It's unedited.
any sort of
It's usually about an hour
fever
longer than the
reliever.
original one. Maybe not
'cause
this
that's-
time, but
That's
it'd be-
gonna help you out because if the
Point
fever
us
gets
out,
too
guys.
big, that's why the bombs explode. So that's you gotta watch out for.
I spent most of
contracting a
today
bad case of
sweating,
head
and I'm still a
bombs.
little bit damp.
So head bombs.
You know.
It-
Sometimes you're in the middle of a goddamn move, and the episode is different because of that.
Thank you everyone for listening to Life in the World.com. Our intro and outro music is Hellhounds for the taxpayers. Imagine if I just didn't know that you had already done that. Okay, that was something. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.